The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Iro-Jack.
And I'm Rex Lita. I'll join you later in the Bulletin for Sports.
In this edition, Pacific Break competition launched, trade union petitions government, and league fans urged to behave this weekend. The board of Octedi Mining Limited has approved in principle a further mine life extension from 2033 to 2050. This marks a significant milestone for OTML, its shareholders, and for Papua New Guinea in general. According to the media release by OTML today, the approval is based on the latest strategic business plan submitted by the executive leadership team and discussed during the OTML board meeting held in Tabubil on the 13th of September 2023. This extension brings to life OTML's vision to maximize the value of the mineral resource in an environmentally friendly way, to deliver sustainable economic and social benefits to mine communities and the rest of the country. Several factors have enabled the extension, including a strengthened long-term copper price outlook, additional mine waste management solutions such as engineered waste rock dumps and a tailings storage facility to minimize impact on the environment, renewal of aged processing plant assets, and implementation of other strategic projects that are currently in various stages of completion. Papua New Guinea needs $26 billion, that is 90 billion kina, in the next 5 years to grow the national economy and to meet the country's commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals 2030. On Wednesday, September the 20th, Deputy Prime Minister and Prime Minister's Special Envoy for the United Nations General Assembly this year, John Rosso, said in his official statement at the high-level dialogue on Financing for Development Roundtable, Segment 2, that Papua New Guinea needs 90 billion kina to grow the national economy and deliver on Sustainable Development Goals commitments. Rosso went on to highlight the national government's efforts to take ownership of domestic resource through mobilization, including financing development priorities. Rosso says these efforts are not enough to demand countries to fix their domestic systems to support their development financing. He emphasized support for calls such as the Bridgetown Initiative and the Multidimensional Vulnerability Index, stating that PNG recognizes the importance of fostering effective international tax cooperation and for an international framework to take this forward. Moor Village in Western South Fly District is celebrating a major transformation, thanks to Australia's Western Province partnership. Rainwater harvesting structures have brought safe and clean water to the community and local school, ending the need for arduous journeys to distant water sources. With 2 complete water structures and 8 tanks, this project ensures easy access to clean water. Moor Village Chairman Sam Stephen emphasized its importance for vulnerable community members, while student Samantra Pita highlighted how it benefits education. PNG Raw artists are called to join the Pacific Break competition, which was launched today. The competition is back in the region to find talented unsigned artists in PNG and across the region. Special Pacific artists will be performing tonight at the Lamana Gold Club to celebrate the launch of the biggest music competition in the region. Entries are now open for the Pacific's biggest music competition. With support from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, the event is ready to showcase unsigned talented artists in PNG starting today. The winner of Pacific Break will get an opportunity to perform to Womadelaide Festival, which is the biggest international music festival in Australia. Danielle Morgan, Papua New Guinea singer, was the winner of last year's Pacific Break. Her journey will be showcased tonight.
Hello.
Hi, is that Danielle?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Danielle. This is Priyanka. I'm from ABC Radio Australia's Pacific Beat. Now, I have some good news for you, Danielle. Congratulations. You are the winner of Pacific Break 2022. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Danielle will be joined tonight by Papua New Guinean-born and Australian-based R&B and future soul singer-songwriter Ngaire.
I think it's a really exciting time for the Pacific, PNG namely, because obviously I'm Papua New Guinean and that's where my heart lies. But I think that the world is starting to wake up to what's happening in the Pacific. So I think the world is watching what we're doing, and things like Pacific Break, are just such an incredible platform for artists to be seen, to be heard, because there's so many talented Papua New Guineans, Pacific Islanders who are just singing in the village or just like creating things. That's what we are as Papua New Guineans, as Pacific Islanders. I'm excited with more opportunities like this, the more support and more development within the arts can happen within this region.
Ngaire added that PNG is diverse and has so much to offer in the music industry.
There's so many areas in PNG that are still untapped, which is really special, and things that we need to protect as well. But also, it's amazing.
Australian hip-hop musician and ABC radio host Hau Latukefu is in the country as well and will broadcast a special edition of his weekly music show live from Moresby. The competition entry is currently open and will run till the first week of November 2023. The free launch concert will be co-hosted by the Australian High Commission in Papua New Guinea. Ngaire is performing alongside Danielle at the Lamana Gold Club tonight. In today's press conference, she says she is aiming to come back to her mamaland to see family and incorporate more of that into her music. Ngaire will be part of the judging panel on the Pacific Break competition, joining DJ Hau Latukefu, Sosefua Moli, and Rick Howe.
But, my whole thing now is to kind of bring back the opportunities that I've had back into home soil, back into the region, so that we can start bringing up more of the next generation. And so I'm working on a couple albums now. One of them's going to be a lot more folkier. The other one, I'm hoping to kind of incorporate more tokpisin into the stuff that I'm doing. And just really draw an inspiration sonically from PNG specifically. So it's exciting. I think that there's so many areas in PNG that are still untapped.
This is TVWAN News. After the break, Mount Bagana donations and union petitions government.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Want to know to win a Scale Rice Matchy Pack? Scale Rice is giving away hundreds of really scale prizes for that Scale weekend. Prizes include over 200 Scale Rice Nambi set, over 190 Scale Rice Eskies, 44 JBL speakers with 2 wireless mics. To enter, buy any Scale Rice or Ori Rice product, write your name and contact details at the back of the receipt, drop in the entry box. There's 116 winners fortnightly, 16 promo locations and 4 fortnightly draws. Time to soul.
More details in store or follow us on our social pages. Terms and conditions apply.
All Mama Flame is story all same.
Mr. using flame flower long one yem. Mr. making kai belong family belong me. You go more yet.
Man belong me save like him flower balls belong me what em kawa war na spring onion. All pikinini belong me save like him to mas pineapple donut me save walk him lo house. Neme kumu mix him what em kiao na karamapim long flower.
Tasty hash browns.
Time is kelly one time all harpela kai. Me save kissing more kai long all get a toya mi tromoy one time flame flower.
You in a packing more one time flame flower.
Aya mama.
You wait them, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up and big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Open hands.
Prime Minister's 13 blockbuster returns to Port Moresby after 5 years. Catch all the action from the men's and women's games this Saturday.
What a hit! The kick
Hi PNG, watch the PM's 13 game this Saturday on TV1.
Can they make it 3 titles in a row? If they keep playing like this, absolutely. What a chance! What a chance! What a try! It's time now, Hampton Brisbane to take on the Broncos.
The ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 is almost here.
Oh, out! What a beauty! He's on absolute fire!
Welcome back. Food relief supplies with bottled water are being transported from Lae to the autonomous region of Bougainville to aid those affected by the Mount Bagana eruption. The New Britain Palm Oil Foundation and Consort Express lines are coming to the aid of over 8,000 people who have been affected by the Mount Bagana eruption, which erupted in July this year.
Mount Bagana in the autonomous region of Bougainville erupted on the 7th of July this year. Its second and third eruptions occurred on the 15th and 17th of July respectively, affecting the local level government areas of Torokina, Wakunai and Kunua in the respective districts of South, Central and North Bougainville. The autonomous Bougainville government has estimated that the eruption has affected 8,111 people, with heavy ashfall polluting drinking water sources, destroying food gardens and closing schools. The New Britain Palm Oil Foundation and Consort Express lines have joined hands to support relief effort with food and drinking water worth over 108,000 kina. Director of the foundation and New Britain Palm Oil's country manager, Robert Nilkare, said the foundation, since its inception 20 years ago, has been assisting in all kinds of disaster to assist communities that it operates in.
We operate on Small Buka. We have through one of our subsidiaries, Sam Darby Oils, we have a copper mill which produces coconut oil, which we export as well. We have one in Small Buka, and then we also have one in Madang. The first lot of contributions we made was earlier on, was 30,000 kina worth of store goods, which we procured on Small Buka in the shops, and obviously the disaster relief team there from the autonomous Bougainville government received those goods.
Consort is contributing through free shipping. Bookings manager Henry Keleu said shipping a full container would normally cost under 10,000 kina.
Here, because it goes late to about, it's about 2 to 3 days, and then 1 day to Bougainville, so it's around 5 days or 6 days. This all is loading at the moment. We should sail tomorrow.
FAO under the EU Strait PNG program is empowering MSMEs in Papua New Guinea's Sepik region. Workshops equipped entrepreneurs with vital skills, including group dynamics, leadership, and communication. The Kandangapma Women's Business Group received a fish processing site, enhancing their collective capacity. The initiative aims to strengthen women's economic empowerment, benefiting families and communities. More workshops are planned to foster MSME growth in the region. The government and the PNG Power Board and management have been given 14 days to respond to a petition by the PNG Energy Workers Union representing workers of PNG Power Limited. The petition, among others, calls for the Prime Minister James Marape to give orders to the PPL Board and management to withdraw an expert order it took out on the union executives back in March, restraining them from conducting any business, including meetings.
The Trade Union Congress says actions by the PNG Power Board to take out a court order preventing the Energy Workers Union from exercising its duties is undemocratic and unconstitutional as it infringes on the rights of PPL workers.
Our press conference is basically on the violation of labor rights, which is of course human rights guaranteed by the Constitution, and that's what makes us a democratic country.
He said the PNG trade union stepped in to help the Energy Workers Union, calling on the Prime Minister to intervene. They want the Prime Minister to do one of the following: to direct the PPL Board Chairman, Macronol Nale, to withdraw the ex-party order, direct the PPL management to re-establish dialogue and revisit the organization structure in contention with the union, appoint a competent mediator to conduct proceedings between the PPL management and union, direct the board to observe the demarcation of duties and refrain from micromanaging, and to sack the current chairman and board of PPL. They have warned of possible consequences if the petition is not addressed.
We have indicated to the Prime Minister and the management of PNG Power, as of receipt of the petition, we have 14 days to find the resolve in themselves to withdraw the ex-party order and allow collective bargaining to take place unhindered, allow dialogue to take place so that the staff and the management can work together to solve whatever issues PNG Power has.
PPL Chairman Macronol Nale is yet to cite the petition, but said executives had the right to go to court to set aside this order. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2750 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2675, $0.4121 Australian dollars, €0.2436 euro, and 39.33 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower, except cocoa closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news from abroad when we come back. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Antes jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good.
Snacks Noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks Noodles, tastier but you like it more.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
He's trying to go wheel to wheel. It's been dramatic, it's been unpredictable, it's been thrilling.
Here we go. The Panthers are 80 minutes away from making their 4th consecutive grand final. Can they make it?
Getting it on, Taruba! Yes, sir! Catch! Liam Martin does it easy!
Or will the Storm defy all odds and clinch a spot in the grand final, upsetting the reigning champion?
What a catch! What a try! Warbrick! First year of rugby league!
This is insane!
Live AFL, every week on ABC Australia.
Welcome back. Pacific Ocean Commissioner Dr. Philemon Manoni has welcomed Pacific countries signing the Biodiversity of Areas Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement in New York and appealed to other countries to follow suit. The new chapter of the Law of the Sea, which opened in June with the adoption of the Agreement on the Conservation and Sustainable Use of Marine Biological Diversity of Areas Beyond National Jurisdiction, is now ready to be written. Dr. Manoni stated that the BBNJ instrument gives us a legal tool to effectively collaborate to respect our ocean. It recognizes and upholds the special connection and connectivity we have with our ocean both within and beyond national borders. It recognizes that as islanders, we have interests in what is going on outside our borders. It also recognizes that our communities who hold traditional knowledge have a role to play in the conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity, even beyond our borders. Pacific delegates, with support from regional partners, have worked tirelessly to see this treaty through to its completion. With Australia in the midst of a dangerous fire season, Indigenous rangers are looking to successful carbon farming projects in the top end to fund fire mitigation efforts across millions of hectares of desert landscapes. But with the methods behind savanna burning in the desert not recognized by carbon market regulators, it will be some time before they can rely on carbon credit funding for the work.
A vast wilderness, maintained for millennia with fire. Ranger groups with limited resources are tasked with mitigating the kind of bushfire that recently ripped through the Barkly.
Some of those fires can end up being bigger than, any other fire that you'll find anywhere on the planet.
To finance fire mitigation across vast areas, desert-based ranger groups want to follow in the footsteps of their Arnhem Land counterparts, who for the past 10 years have traded in the carbon offset market, providing local jobs and funding fire mitigation efforts.
That money, or carbon money, it's provided to us more to work in our country, work the stories in our country.
By conducting early season burn-offs, West Arnhem Land rangers have protected thousands of hectares of country and abated almost 1 million tonnes of CO2 emissions.
That is really important. You know, we want to continue doing right way fire, because when we do right way fire, it's managed the country well.
But for the desert rangers, lower annual rainfall in Australia's arid regions means they can't sell carbon credits from savanna burning.
Currently, the savanna burning method only goes as far down as the 600 mil rainfall ISO height. And there's work currently by scientists up here at CDU and in collaboration with a lot of the desert ranger groups as well to work with the government to actually bring the method down to the 400 mil rainfall ISO height.
A federal review of methodologies is underway, with changes to savanna burning not likely until 2025.
And our understanding is that there's some technical work that needs to be done with some of the tools that the government uses to measure different vegetation types and the emissions that come from those. And that the method itself would need to be altered.
Meanwhile, these rangers listen for the warning song of the cicada ahead of a dangerous fire season.
Every year that sound, it's warning you. It's going to be massive fire somewhere.
A lucrative opportunity amidst the flame.
The president of the Marshall Islands said on Wednesday his Pacific Island nation was cautiously optimistic. It could soon finalize a deal on future ties with the United States, but repeated a call for Washington to address the legacy of massive nuclear testing in the 1940s and 50s. The Marshall Islands is one of 3 sparsely populated Pacific Island nations, covered by so-called compacts of free association with the United States. Under the agreements, the U.S. has responsibility for their defense and provides economic assistance while gaining exclusive access to huge strategic swaths of the Pacific. The U.S. is still negotiating with the Marshall Islands at a time when China is making significant inroads into the Pacific. The foreign minister of the Marshall Islands called in July for more U.S. money to deal with the nuclear legacy to enable the renewal of its coffer, the economic terms of which expires on 30th of September. Queensland emergency authorities are on high alert this morning as scorching temperatures are expected to fuel bushfires. There are 35 fires burning, with some parts of the state expected to climb to 40 degrees.
Well, here in Brisbane, it's really starting to warm up already. It was a bit cooler earlier on, but that has certainly changed, and that's not good news for the fire fronts, because we have over 30 fires burning across the state of Queensland at the moment. In Shoalwater Bay, which is up in central Queensland, there is a stay informed fire warning at the moment, and for those surrounding areas as well. And there's just various locations throughout the state with those warnings about smoke, to stay indoors and keep your windows closed, because there will be a lot of smoke about as well. So here in Brisbane, we're going for a top of 33 degrees. That's down a little bit from the early predictions of 35 degrees, but look, it's still going to be unseasonably hot. We don't normally get hot days like this at this time of year, and so the advice is to stay indoors, to stay hydrated, and obviously in air conditioning if you can, particularly if you have any health concerns. This morning here though, Karina, we saw a magnificent fog blanket the city of Brisbane. You could barely see the buildings in the city. That hung around for quite some time. We saw the sunrise come up with that, and that has slowly dissipated as this heat started to pick up. But we did speak to a couple of people up here at Mount Cootha this morning about the heat, the fog, and the conditions we're expecting today.
It was a bit of a surprise, actually. It's a standard sort of Cootha route. We came up here and it was a very pleasant surprise to see a scene like this. So taking a few pictures and send them around the place and see what the boys have missed out if they didn't come. Not complaining. We get to wear less cool weather gear, so, you know, I get to roll around in closer to Lycra, which we like.
Yeah, here it's going to be a bit of a scorcher. Yeah, we're watching my nephew play rugby, so yeah, it's going to be a hot one for him. But yeah, looking forward to it. Makes a nice change from England anyway.
I'm going to be working from home, so it should be fine. We have got aircon and everything.
There's potential strike action or industrial action at the Kogan Creek power station today, and there was concerns that with the extra use of air conditioners throughout the state, that perhaps Queensland's power grid wouldn't be able to meet that extra demand. But we have heard from the Queensland Energy Minister, Mick de Brenny, on this. He's quite confident that Queensland's grid will be able to meet any demand, whether there's industrial action or not, pointing to Queensland's renewables being able to fill that gap.
Australia has put $3.5 million towards supporting the International Nuclear Regulator as Pacific leaders cry foul about the dumping of wastewater from Japan. Part of Australia's new funding will go towards supporting the Global Water Analysis Lab Network to make water resource management in the Pacific and Southeast Asia more sustainable. Foreign Minister Penny Wong told reporters at the UN in New York on Wednesday that Australia recognizes that there are many parts of the world who are saying that the UN system doesn't sufficiently reflect the contemporary strategic, political and economic circumstances. Hence, it's a reasonable criticism, and Australia, with no preconditions, is willing to have a discussion with others to see if there is a way to find reform that is able to have consensus. The $3.5 million includes $2 million to improve access to affordable and equitable radiotherapy services in the Asia-Pacific and Africa, as well as a contribution to a nuclear science training and technology agreement. Proponents of the Voice to Parliament say it will give Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders great input into the government's policies which shape their lives. One of the key issues is creating steady jobs.
I like doing more.
Lindsay May has been painting and selling landscapes for more than 30 years. Now he's trying to pass on decades of knowledge.
They gotta learn. If I pass away, what they do behind, they gotta keep on doing that.
He lives and works in Yalata, an Anangu community near the Great Australian Bight. As with many other remote communities, unemployment has long been one of Yalata's biggest issues.
When I get up in the morning, when the people go past, I was going to ask some young fellas, come, work, but they don't come for work.
But locals are starting to have some success cutting into that long-running problem. Inside this shed, workers are packaging wood. They've harvested dead trees from Yalata land to sell as firewood.
We work because we do something in this community.
Just next door is another community-led initiative creating jobs for Yalata locals. 23-year-old Joanne Baker started in the grocery store about 3 weeks ago.
I like doing work in the shop, like stacking and cleaning, helping.
Many people here in Yalata view employment as key to improving the lives of younger generations, but projects such as these are not without their challenges. Not everyone regularly turns up to work, and locals say Yalata is still impacted by drug and alcohol misuse.
The times are tough everywhere, not just in Aboriginal communities. It's tough getting a job anywhere. But we think that we can make a difference and grow this community to stand on its own.
For many locals, it's a source of pride that, through their own initiatives, they've managed to make positive changes, growing the number of jobs in Yalata from 19 to 66 in just 3 years. The value of self-determination has been a key theme of the Yes campaign, which hopes a voice to Parliament would ensure decision-makers take note of what can be achieved when change is driven from within.
We put story to the government, Canberra, to help us, help people.
But ahead of the referendum, most locals are reluctant to talk about it. They'd rather focus on issues much closer to home, like getting more young people into work.
We like to do something in this community. Just want to keep this community strong.
And that ends the news segment. Rex, what have you got for us in sports?
Thanks, Jasmine. When we come back, league fans have been urged to behave during PM Statin matches.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
William Hop Monimak belong 400,000 kina on-time roots rice. 600 per month mere by winning 500 kina each or get a fortnight na by got form the big blow winner belong 25,000 kina each. Long enta, buy 10 kg roots medium grain rice, cut him logo long front long bag, write him name na number long you long backside na put him long entry box long all participating store. Roots big for cash giveaway. No can miss out. Terms and conditions is up.
Without a doubt, you care for your loved ones. You want to keep them safe, whoever they may be with, wherever they may be, in the home or facing the world outside. Don't let anything stop you, not even bacteria. Protex helps protect your skin with natural extracts. Boosted with flaxseed oil, Protex helps eliminate 99.9% of bacteria for healthy skin. And with the power of natural goodness, you're ready to play every day. Protex, for the good health of your skin.
Change your TV plan to a postpaid plan and save more than 100 kina. Get a 30-day 40-channel plan for only 85 kina and get a free DTV plan to watch rugby league,
Blink and you miss it!
or Filipino dramas from anywhere you want. Good idea. How awesome is that?
What a moment!
Dial 1515 to speak to a TV agent and get yourself a postpaid TV plan today. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
It's the Broncos and the Warriors, both red-hot teams fighting for a spot in the grand final since forever.
Reynolds to Walsh! Walsh! Walsh!
Can the Warriors go all the way to the big dance, or will the pride of Brisbane cruise through at home?
The Warriors warrior goes over for the try, and the crowd scream up the walls!
It's all about finding wind. The more wind you find, the faster you'll go. Here we go. It's a drag race. Too aggressive in these light winds. I'm surprised we haven't heard the voice of the umpire just yet. Great timing here in Italy.
Marker.
Let's go. Darren and I are traveling around the world to find some new perspectives on some very old problems.
I can't believe this place exists.
Searching for healthy, sustainable living solutions for the planet.
Merge where we live with what we eat.
And all who live on it.
Woo!
From Europe to the Amazon, from superfoods to eco-warriors, welcome to a culture that screams green and responsible.
It's time to get down to earth.
Welcome back. Residents of Port Moresby City have been urged to be on their best behaviour at this weekend's PM13 Rugby League matches between PNG and Australia. For the first time in the history of the Prime Minister's 13 concept, there will be 12 teams participating in 6 matches over 2 days, Saturday and Sunday at the Santos National Football Stadium.
Amid all the hypes and excitement in anticipation for this weekend's PM13 Rugby League extravaganza, security in the nation's capital has been stepped up to ensure the welfare and safety of both visiting teams and our national teams are protected, including match officials and city residents at large. At the special combined media conference yesterday by Paul Joseph representing the PNG RFL and NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Chief Inspector Silva Sika, both gave a brief outline on the special police operation which starts today and will continue throughout the weekend until the teams depart on Monday. Joseph highlighted PNG RFL's request for security assistance throughout this period, which is paramount, including escorts to their hotel, including Captain's Run and other community engagements.
where they will escort the teams from the airport down to Stanley Hotel to kickstart the operations. And then Friday, we have the League Beyond Life. That's a PNG NRL program that will be hosted by our team here at the National Football Stadium. So again, the teams will be transported from Stanley Hotel to the stadium, where they will do the captain's run as well as participate in that program. And then they're doing an afternoon visit to the Bomanavo Cemetery.
NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika assured the PNG RFL and stakeholders that it's their core business to make sure the safety and protection of our visitors and guests is catered for and guaranteed. Metsup again urging city residents to be at their best behavior throughout this period.
It's our core business to make sure that protection or safety is guaranteed to our visitors and our guests who are coming here to play in our turf. And on this occasion, it's an annual event we all look forward for after the independence celebrations. And we had a successful game of the DCL Grand Final last week, and I want to see that this same behavior and attitude that we want to see that people must display. My appeal to the general public, that you come with the best attitude. If you're not supposed to be around that area, don't come up and don't show your presence and peacefully.
Metsup Sika, meanwhile, has also warned opportunists to refrain from causing problems on the day, or they will face the full force of the law. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
People coming to watch this weekend's Prime Minister's 13 matches at the Santos National Football Stadium are being urged to be wise and leave their private vehicles at home rather than take the risk. NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika at yesterday's PM's 13 press conference on security matters again warned the public, especially game goers, to be vigilant and use other alternatives as security cannot be guaranteed. The Metsup said a lot of opportunists would be taking advantage of the major event to cause problems, adding police manpower resources are already exhausted.
Again, to the general public, people who own the vehicles, private vehicles, if you are coming to watch the game, we will not guarantee any security for your vehicle and your personal. That is your personal responsibility. We had a couple of issues last week, previous game with the Grand Final which was played. People taking risks to park their vehicles around the public roads, especially leading up to the sports field there. So make sure that that does not happen again. We don't want any repetition of that, what happened last time. So you be responsible for your safety and for your own properties, especially the vehicles. When you're parking it on the road, you decide to make up a decision to park the vehicle with the good faith that that thing has been conditioned. Mind you, we have people with the wrong mind, people in the streets, filled with people indulge with people who are looking for opportunities, and don't risk it.
The Australia Prime Minister's 13 teams arrive today in preparation for this weekend's major rugby league spectacle at the Santos National Football Stadium on Saturday and Sunday. The Australian contingents flew in on RAAF aircraft this afternoon, including the Australian Defence Force men and women teams.
Finally, the Australians are in town. The Royal Australian Air Force plane carrying the teams touched down at the Jackson's International Airport just after 3 this afternoon. However, it took almost an hour at least before the teams actually made their exit through the main international terminal front door, very much to the roar of the cheering fans who could only watch from the main car park. As the players walked out and straight into the waiting buses, some fans managed to find access to get a close glimpse of their rugby league heroes, chanting Tino, Lomax, Hammer and Fox as they sat in their bus looking like rock stars. For the first time, Mr. PNG, it's quite a crazy experience coming to the land of the unexpected. The teams comprising the senior men and senior women, the junior kangaroos and junior jillaroos, accompanied by the Australian Defence Force men and women teams. They were taken straight to the Stanley Hotel under police escort, where they'll be staying for the weekend. Tomorrow, Friday, the Australian teams will engage in a number of activities, including a visit to the Bomana War Cemetery and the NRL League Below Live program. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Hosting sports tournaments is not the only big deal for Bangapela village. After successfully opening their 2-week independence game, youths have come out clear on their intentions for hosting such activities.
Bangapela Independent Sports Tournament kicked off on Sunday the 17th of September. It will continue into the next week. The event, initially planned for a week, was extended because a massive 27 soccer teams are participating. The games are being hosted by Biyang Sports Association. Club representative Justin Asi has a bigger plan in store.
So we will implement going sport lo bisla ground lo Biyang. Lo ground lo Biyang mi la wokim live lo Lowaramo. Inshallah Boga district ya. Lowaramo mi la putim ground lo Biyang golo. Good standard. Good standard so ogatakan sport mi ka ronim le. Tingima.
Representing Bogia District Sports, Caspar Dume commended Biyang Sports Association for creating a platform for exposure for teams and individual talents. He challenged the committee to continue the good work in growing raw talent in the lower Ramu region.
I want a stepping stone of making people youth, organizing committee, host association, Biyang Sports Association. I'm giving the opportunity to people now to organize people yet. Now move further. Alright, progress to the next level. I'm concerned with me. Alright, I'm challenge to the player. You be making so opportunity now available now. So give me the chance to move to the next level. Me challenge the organizing committee and me listen to the top of the people. Rex, until you see you. There is great potential here. We have to move forward.
Mr. Dume also challenged participating teams to learn to accept defeat, learn from their mistakes, and be good sportsmen and women.
Like he was a sportsman, Mary, probably because something, we have to learn to accept defeat. Alright, learn to accept defeat. You cannot win all the time. Alright, lose with dignity. Alright, not going to sit down and look cross and look bad. No, you sit down and you seriously look him. Why you lose? Weaknesses be the one area. And then correct him, move forward.
Youth Representative Brendan Zabare challenged the other youths from visiting LLGs and districts to also take initiative in hosting such events and further strengthen their relationship. Mr. Zabare thanked Digicel for the support given to host the tournament. He reminded the participants that they were fortunate to be celebrating the country's 48th independence, because it was not the same for many in other parts of the province. For a small village, hosting a diversified group of people is a very big deal, and so far it has been successful despite the challenges.
Ahead of the grand final showdown against Butterflies in the Port Moresby Rugby League competition, the Gulf West Rugby League Club received a new set of jersey on Wednesday to boost preparation for the cup title. Big A Petroleum Limited made the jersey presentation to the club. The team is predominantly made up of players from Central and Gulf provinces, where Big A received support in his business. Upon receiving the jersey, club coach Peter Rice thanked the company for its contribution.
Our main clients mainly Central and Gulf province. So these are the two provinces that boost our company from 2005 up until now. So Mr. Biggie believes that through this line, he feels like he has to give something back to the provinces. One way or the other, I think I have to go through the sports way, so hence why now all this little jersey and stuff or some logins. Yes,
supporting me Gulf West with the sponsorship, name right, Yuximosan, biggest petroleum Gulf West, thank you today presentation belong Zilla Jesse, set, all walk out. And hard play time where all company no lab come but you got hard long rugby na you give me big plus support. Thank you. True.
The PNG Barramundis opened the 2023 Malaysia T20 Men's Tri-Nations Cup Series with a win by 45 runs against the host nation, Malaysia, yesterday. Veteran Tony Ura starred in the match, registering 62 runs off just 33 deliveries, and was named Player of the Match. Meanwhile, New Caledonia scored late to secure a draw against the Solomon Islands, but it wasn't enough to advance to the semi-finals at the OFC Under-16 Women's Championship 2023. The 1-1 draw at the St. Peter's sees New Caledonia finished third in Group 3A on 3 points, with the Solomon Islands picking up a solitary point. Aside from Tema Tonga's elusive free kick to give her side the lead, the opening period was low on chances, with Tahiti enjoying lengthy period of possession and territorial advantage but struggling to convert it into clear-cut chances. In fact, it was Tonga almost taking the early lead against the run of play. The crucial goal arrived with only minutes remaining of the half. Captain Tema Tonga stood over a set piece on the far left edge of the box, and her whipped effort evaded opponent and teammate alike, curling up and over Oferina Tairea in the Tahiti goal before nestling in the far corner. The second half followed a similar pattern, with Tahiti taking control and Tonga continuing to threaten on the counter-attack. Tahiti's Ana Kafoa struggled to gather across from the right, and substitute Turere Tupahururu was on hand to bundle the ball in from close range. Captain Aranui Ligeik then came within inches of giving her side the lead, but despite her hooked effort beating the goalkeeper, it landed agonizingly on the top of the crossbar. The host held on and will now face the Group B's second-place side in the semi-finals this weekend. As for Tonga, they will be drawn against Group B winners. Meanwhile, New Caledonia scored late on to secure a draw against the Solomon Islands, but it wasn't enough to advance to the semi-finals at the OFC Under-16 Women's Championship. The 1-1 draw at the St. Peter's sees New Caledonia finished third in Group A on 3 points, with Solomon Islands picking up 3 points.
A crucial game, this one. A must-win game for New Caledonia. Solomon Islands having other ideas. Gresta Kini, a delightful goal in the 27th minute of the second half. Solomon's leading 1-0. Then Gorowani to Helen Robinson, and she couldn't clear that. And Waanawe pounced on that and finished that 1-1 at that moment. Then in extra time, added time, a penalty to New Caledonia. Kaurevi with the kick, Gorowani with the save, and that's how it stayed. Solomon Islands 1.
That ends the news. Over to you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Rex. Now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern isolated showers with drizzle rain areas tonight. Port Moresby partly sunny, fine. Daru partly cloudy with possible few showers and drizzles. Kerama a shower or two. Alotau partly cloudy with a shower or two. Popondetta brief evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase isolated showers and thunderstorms scattered over Morobe. Ley mostly fine, partly cloudy. Madang possible brief evening shower or two. Wewak and Vanimo mostly fine. New Guinea Islands scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain. Lorengau partly cloudy with brief evening showers. Kavieng cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo-Robaul and Kimbe partly cloudy with evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Buka cloudy with occasional showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, isolated showers and thunderstorms with rain drizzles areas. Mount Hagen, few showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with evening brief showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi and Wabeg, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas rough with southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots with isolated showers. Solomon Sea, seas rough with southeast winds of 25 to 30 knots with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Bismarck Sea, seas rough to very rough with high seas with southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots reaching 47 knots over south sectors with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Pacific Ocean, sea slight to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of Samurai Island to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands to Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Fingerfen. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters with southeast winds of 20 to 25 knots, with strong gusts reaching 33 knots. Isolated showers and thunderstorms with drizzle rain areas. And that ends the news tonight. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.